In the stillness of the night, when shadows stretch endlessly and the world feels eerily quiet, a single hoot can pierce through the silence. It sounds like an ordinary owl, but what if it isn't? What if that sound belongs to something much darker, something that has haunted the edges of folklore for centuries? The answer lies in an age-old legend, one whispered in hushed tones across Mexico and the American Southwest. This is the story of the Lechuza, a creature that blurs the line between myth and reality. Reality Recital, where truth meets the unknown. Lechuzas are said to be witches, women who, through dark magic, transform into massive owls. These aren't ordinary birds of prey, they're enormous, with wingspans wider than any owl you've ever seen and eyes that glow like fire in the dark. According to the legend, they take to the skies at night, searching for their victims. Some say to punish those who have wronged them, others believe they hunt for vengeance, stealing away children or preying on the weak and vulnerable. Their cries are said to carry an ominous warning: misfortune, danger, or even death may follow anyone who hears them. This chilling tale has its roots in ancient indigenous beliefs. Many pre-Columbian cultures saw owls as symbols of death or messengers from the spirit world. These nocturnal creatures, with their silent wings and haunting calls, were deeply respected and feared. But with the arrival of colonial influences, these stories took on a more sinister tone. The owl became a symbol of witchcraft, a familiar for those practicing dark magic. The Lechuza grew into a creature of terror, blending indigenous spiritualism with European superstition. Stories of Lechuzas have been passed down through generations, often as warnings to children to stay indoors at night or to avoid disrespecting elders, some of whom, it was said, might possess the power to transform. But what about today? Could such a creature really exist in the modern world? Some people believe so. Eyewitness accounts describe encounters with giant birds that seem far too large to be natural. Glowing eyes, an unsettling presence, and even eerie, human-like screams have been reported in desolate fields, along lonely highways, or perched ominously on rooftops. One chilling tale tells of a man who heard the hoot of a large owl outside his home. Frightened by the sound, he fired his shotgun at the creature. But when he rushed outside, there was no owl, only blood on the ground and the faint, anguished scream of a woman fading into the night. Others claim to have seen Lechuzas following their cars, keeping pace as they drove down dark, empty roads. Some even say they've been cursed after looking into the glowing eyes of these mysterious birds. Skeptics, of course, dismiss these stories as mere folklore or misunderstandings of natural phenomena. They point to known species of large owls, like the great horned owl, which can grow to impressive sizes and are often spotted in the regions where these stories originate. Their reflective eyes and bone-chilling cries, especially on a quiet night, can easily spark the imagination. Add in a little fear of the unknown, and a regular bird becomes a supernatural monster. But for those who have experienced a sighting firsthand, the feeling is impossible to shake. They describe an unnatural heaviness in the air, a sense that the Lechuza is more than just a bird. They believe these creatures are drawn to negative energy, curses, or people dabbling in forbidden practices. To them, the Lechuza isn't just a story, it's a warning. So, what do we make of these tales? Are Lechuzas merely the product of overactive imaginations, fueled by centuries of folklore? Or is there something more to these eerie sightings? Perhaps they are a reminder of the thin veil between the natural and the supernatural, a glimpse into a world we don't fully understand. Whether you believe or not, one thing is certain: the story of the Lechuza continues to captivate and terrify those who dare to listen. So, I ask you, what do you believe? Have you ever heard the cry of an owl and felt a chill run down your spine? Could it have been more than just a bird? Or is the Lechuza nothing more than a ghost story told to keep us from venturing too far into the night? Whatever your answer, remember this: some legends exist for a reason. And sometimes, it's better not to find out the truth.